Alright, so we got a new package that just arrived at the office today. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, so that was highly unsuccessful. So this is something that we have one more thing coming in the mail. So before we get to that, stupid A&S gear stuff. Can't see. And yes, Pinocchio speed. Noise. So first impressions on the box. It's better than this Pinocchio because on my other Pinocchio, it didn't really even come in a box, it just came in a bag. So they've made, here I'll hold it. So they've made some changes, that's for sure. You don't have a knife because knives, those are for pussies.
Oh, you got that.
And you guys, if you guys watch our videos and you know how much I like the Pinocchio, so we thought it would be an amazing idea. And I know one of the questions is going to be, is this going to be a possible giveaway item? Yes, we might give it away. We might.
Maybe.
We probably will. So this is a team thing. Nice packaging.
It's pretty light too, but it doesn't have batteries in it yet, so.
Nice. Honestly, I'm going to say, it looks uglier than hell. So the biggest thing about, so this is the old Pinocchio, so to kind of show you the difference, this is a lot fucking smaller. So,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, this is a lot. So this is like half the size. Especially like the side difference. The biggest thing that I didn't really like about this Pinocchio, I mean, I don't mind it, but what I thought they could have made changes on this if in one of the reviews, I can't remember, but I wish they would have took this Pinocchio and just chopped this whole side off, because this right here, this could have gone, and they did a good job at that. They really slimmed down the profile. Like you can see the difference side by side. It's a big difference. Show them with the spire. So the spire, it's a little bit, hold on. It seems like it's about the same height as the spire. Can't really tell. It's about the same as the spire. The nose on the spire is a teeny bit smaller. And the rotor, this is a little bit wider than the rotor, the nose wise. Like the rotor comes at like sort of a point. This doesn't. It's kind of like rounded at the point. I have to say it is ugly. What do you think, Nick?
I don't know, I think it's going to grow on me.
I think it is too. Now what do you think about the plastic?
I don't.
It's like, it feels like rotor plastic. This is a lot lighter than the rotor.
It definitely feels like a harder plastic than all the, like other Pinocchio.
Yeah, like this kind of feels, this feels a little bit cheaper. I'd have to say this feels a little bit cheaper than this Pinocchio. This feels a little bit harder and a little bit well made. This almost feels like the spire plastic in a way. It feels really built. Oh, that's the batteries. And the normal Pinocchio lid.
I like the big, huge fat finger.
Yeah, so on the last Pinocchio, they did the same thing. They didn't change the lid, which I'm glad about. Is that in normal lids, like the rotor lid or even the spire lid for that matter, like the lip is not that big. This, I mean, you can't really miss that at all. So if you're like a lid player, that you definitely might want to check out the Pinocchio because the lid is
hit
awesome.
It with the pod.
Yeah, you could probably hit it with the pod. So if you're refilling, you can just, yeah, you could do that. I don't want to beat it up too much because we're going to give this away. I mean, we might.
After we feed some rocks through it, maybe snow.
So that's pretty easy. It actually looks a lot smaller on the inside than I thought. So on the inside, it looks way smaller in there and a little bit tighter than I thought. So it's easy to take off the nose. Now the big thing about the Pinocchio, the original Pinocchio that I just had up here, is that people didn't like the size of that. So now Pinocchio has changed that. So now let's do a drop test. We're going to go off camera for a second. We're going to do a drop test on it. We're going to put the batteries in it. Alright, so just like the last Pinocchios, if you don't know how these things work, they're very, very simple. One of the biggest things about Pinocchio that I like, why I bought one, is that these things are practically impossible to jam because they're just so simple and they're so light. So one button operation on the bottom. I kind of wish it was like the old Pinocchio where it's up top. So like sometimes if I accidentally, like if it shuts off, because with the P boards, I'm pretty sure after some time it shuts off. So when I'm in a scenario and I really forget about that and I start to shoot and I notice that my hopper's off, I can just bam, just hit the top of it, like super easy. So this is the old Pinocchio. So if it turns off, I can just just put my hand up there and smack it instead of, and that's just my first little, and it's like the same with the rotor. All the buttons are like right on the back, they're not underneath of them, which I kind of think is a little weird, but I'll get used to it. So it's one button, turns on. Notice it's not rotating, because on the inside, it works on a little bend sensor. So you'll be able to see it a little bit easier with this. Maybe, no, you won't be able to. But on the inside of this, so there's like this little, it's like impossible to break. It's like this little itty bitty sensor on there. And when a ball comes and brushes up against it, and it starts to feed like that. So
That thing sounded like it was cruising.
yeah, it sounds actually pretty fast. So let's have a pot of paint over here. Yeah, no, not that one.
Oh, this is near.
Yeah, that's bad paint. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna show you a drop test. This is the first time we've ever loaded something into a Pinocchio.
Looks like.
Take out that bowl right there. Yeah. There's a little bit of moisture in there. Fuck it. Do it.
I'll
Shitty
try
paint
this
test.
way.
It seems pretty shitty.
Holds a whole pod.
So that's a whole pod right there, and you can see
A little
sort
bit
of. There's a little bit of room left.
Probably get like.
I think they could have put, almost like the rotor, there needs to be like some sort of spring in the back of here. So as the paint starts finishing, so if you guys don't know what a rotor's like, on the inside of the rotor, when you start feeding, god damn it. So when you start feeding,
E-man.
got it. So on the rotor, you have this little plate. So when you start feeding in the balls and you start getting near the last of your balls, this will start lifting and pushing the balls into it. The Pinocchio doesn't.
Has like a
I mean, it sort of has like a little incline in there, but I don't really think it's enough to my liking. Now, what we're gonna do is, like I said, the thing that I really liked about the Pinocchios is, the thing with the Pinocchios is that they were practically impossible to jam. Is if you had something that's sort of even a circle, it can be like a square, just as long as it fits in the circle, just as long as it fits into the feed neck, it'll most likely always feed it. And so we're about to prove that now. Let's get this stupid thing out of this pipe. Oh, god damn it, stupid speed feed. There we go, got one. Alright, so what I have here is I have some really shitty field paint, okay? The thing with the rotor, and I'm not sure about the Spire yet, the thing about it is that with the rotor especially, is if your paint's not perfect, or if it's like sort of cracked or dimpled, or you're shooting $30 paint, the rotor doesn't really like that and it tends to jam. We didn't really have that with the first Pinocchio. Go watch, there's a video on it someplace, I've kind of forgot. So we're just gonna dump this super shitty paint in there. Hold the pot. Just gonna see how the Spire does. Come on. Alright, it hasn't jammed. Paint going everywhere.
At the front.
So it didn't. The Spire didn't jam. No problem. There. Alright, so now let's do the rotor. This is my favorite test. Same. Oh, fucking speed feed. Alright.
These players don't watch these.
So, hold the pod. Let's just
Aim it. Oh, it jammed. Real good.
Oh, got a few.
Jammed twice. Don't buy a rotor.
If you're shooting bad paint, this is why. Call it. Oh, hold on. That ball is fucked in there.
Yeah.
That's gonna take you out of the game.
Yeah, we gotta pause the video for that one. I just stepped on this and did great.
So, jam twice.
Wow.
So you can kind of see with the rotor in a way. Nick, start picking up the paint.
Yeah,
So it's like, kind of like, I don't even know how that happened. The ball just kind of compressed into like, the ball just kind of compressed in there and just sort of jammed it. There it is. Oh, it still won't feed. Some chills. Oh, baby. I think I got it. It's about 3 or 4 jams right there at the end. All right.
Let's try that.
So the rotor, not so good with not the best paint in the world. So let's do the Pinocchio. Same exact paint. Hold the pod. Right, it's on. Not a problem. And just to show you, because I know there's going to be haters on the internet, no paint. Let's do it again, one more time. So just to show you that it's not a fluke. Put it back in there. Alright, let's try to redeem the rotor.
We're round 2.
Just because I know there's a lot of really big rotor fans out there that really love this rotor, and they say that it's unjammable and they fucking love this thing, and I hate this speed feed. Alright, so let's just do the rotor for a second time. That's having some issues. Not bad.
Definitely a slow feed.
That was pretty bad at the end, but... Well, so it fed it the second time. But yeah, it still jams pretty bad. So, Pinocchio no problem, Spire no problem. On the second time, the rotor was a little bit slower. So, let's go shoot it. Let's go see let's put it on a gun actually before we go shoot it. So here's the DM.
No barrel cover, don't worry.
Yeah, but there's no air in the tank either. Oh look, there's still a ball in there. So, the profile on this, from the side, not too bad. It looks really, it sits really up in the front, which I'm not too sure about yet. Like if it fits really far up in the front. Sort of like the thing that I like about the Spire is that it's not in the front as much. So it feels so far away.
It's ugly.
Yeah, it looks uglier than hell. So just to show you the front view. I really don't think whoever designed this, here let me think of what
They've been hitting something.
For them to design this, they probably were just like, here, let me show you what they probably designed this off of. They were like, good way to design a Pinocchio. Honestly, I mean, look at this thing. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but God, it's light as hell. It sits up in the front a little bit too much, but I think I'm looking at myself in the reflection of the TV. Here you go, Nick. What do you think?
It's definitely lighter than all of that.
It's super light, lightest of all of them.
It's got a good range of vision too.
Yeah.
Next to the feed net.
Like that. See, that's the thing that I really did notice about on this one is that they really like the cuts that they made compared to this one is that they cut it really low down here. Unlike this one, like it was fatter at the base. Like especially this side, it was fatter at the base. So as you're trying to look down to the feed neck, you can't really see that well. But with this, I can see like perfectly fine. They made it a little bit fatter up top and a little bit skinnier down bottom. I really like that. But they sort of did that with the Spire too in a way. The Spire is a good make. So let's go shoot it.
Alright, so we're gonna put some of the paint to the Pinocchio speed with take DM12. We good?
Yep.
I saw about 3 to 4 balls break.
No, it wasn't.
That's
the
that
brakes.
shitty
It was-
paint.
It was the barrel brake here. to the forward. That's
Oh, that sucks with the incline.
Yeah.
I don't want to shoot at the floor, but they're showing a ball. So with the incline, you have to be pointing down for it to shoot. So I'm not even going to shoot it because I don't want to shoot the furniture outside. But
Just shoot down. Just point it down. It should be in the
Shoot it in that snow patch over there.
Just shoot it and then now point it out. There's not even a ball in it.
Shoot it in the snow pile to the
It's
right.
not in the, it's not in the eyes.
well, so you know, it kind of sucks with that. If that is the
Last ball
problem.
doesn't want to feed. I don't know why it doesn't want to feed. It's just not going in there. Let me turn eyes off.
It's because it's not.
There we go. So we weren't shooting eyes off, but I had a barrel. There was like 2 barrel breaks because this paint is overly sized, and I'm using a small bore back. Yeah. But other than that, what'd you think of the Pinocchio shooting?
It was good.
Good. That's all your.
It was
that's all your
just
opinion.
good.
Yeah, it was just good.
Ready? All right. So, in conclusion, for the first few tests of it, so far I think it works great. It works like a normal Pinocchio. It's everything that I sort of expected it to be at the start. It really is. It's a lot smaller. I really like the cuts that they made right here, so you can really see down the feed neck and down your barrel a lot better. You know, the one thing that I wish that they could have at least done is that at the end of the shooting video, there was like probably 5 stragglers, little 5 balls like that didn't really feed through. So I really, and it kind of popcorned a little bit. The thing that I really wish that I think that they could have done differently is sort of added the ramp like the rotor does. But yeah, we just fed the most shittiest of shit paint through this thing, and it doesn't jam at all. It didn't have a problem feeding really bad paint. It kept up great. We were shooting on 10.2 balls a second PSP. And yeah, I think it worked great for the start. What do you think, Nick? Here you go. Give your impressions.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all.
That paint was definitely broken before when it went into the hopper, and it's like all soaked in here, and it still shot perfectly fine. So
Yeah, so it fed cracked and broken balls. Now, if you're looking and you're thinking about getting a Spire or a rotor, and you don't necessarily have all the money, like the Spire is a lot more money, especially with the speed feed, and the rotor's priced a little bit more. And even a Z2 at least, this is a way cheaper alternative. That's what I really like about the Pinocchio. So, but another thing is you could win it for free on our channel. You have to stay tuned. We're going to be giving this thing away soon, later in the season. But we have another package that's here that we're going to do an unboxing on. So check. This is Sunday, so check next Sunday's upload. That's going to be our next giveaway, our furthest giveaway. So yeah. Jacob, what do you think? What's your opinion on it?
get over here.
When I shot it, it was good.
What do you think compared to your rotor? Because you have a rotor. What do you think compared to your rotor for the first time?
If you had to go back, would you buy this over the rotor?
No. Nope. I wouldn't.
What about you, Nick? Would you buy this over the Spire?
I'm starting to like this now. It's so ugly, but it's so...
Really, all the ugliness goes away once you start using it.
And the popcorn effect, you gotta like bring it back and then tilt it forward.
That's what I don't like about it.
That's the only thing that I really... But see, the thing is once you get
It
to
works
that
fine.
level of paint, normally you're already dumping pods back into it. Show it next to the Spire again.
Yeah, but still there's at times when, like when you're running down Snake in that video and you couldn't reload and you ran out of paint. If you were like with
That was just because I was retarded and just...
Yeah, no, but people in that situation a lot. So if you don't have a little ramp and you still have those extra balls,
so
you
it is a
need
problem.
them.
This is a lot shorter than the Spire.
Yeah.
This isn't a Spire's 260. So this thing, if you're like, people did not like the size about the last Pinocchio. This thing is like basically the size of the rotor, and it holds a little bit more. This holds like 180, right? 180, 190.
According to...
How much is a rotor supposed to hold? Like about the same? 160, something like that. I don't know. I don't really care much about the rotor.
Secure marker and secure 2 marker and head balls.
But yeah, stay tuned for the giveaway on this. We're gonna test it, about when winter ends, we'll have a review up on it and our final conclusion. So this is the unboxing so far. Are you impressed on it? Would you buy it? I think I would buy this. I think me personally, I would buy it over the rotor probably. And I'd probably buy it over the original Pinocchio. I think this is a lot strong. This is pretty damn strong, but I think this feels a lot stronger and more built. What about you, Jacob? Would you buy this?
Probably.
All right, so that's our conclusion on the unboxing. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the giveaway.